Coming up on Mountain News this morning, it's been 3 days since police say Guy House went on a shooting rampage across Lexington. And it's been more than 1 week since a deadly gas leak forced dozens of people out of a Lexington apartment complex.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning. Happy Wednesday to you. I'm Amelia Lee here with you on this July 16th. It's 5:31 this morning and time to check on in with meteorologist Jim Caldwell for a look at the forecast. Jim, tell us what's going on today.
Thunderstorms going to be back in the area again today, and because of that and a series of them all lining up here over the next several days, we are going to go into first alert weather day mode around here. So what that ultimately means is we're getting rounds of showers and thunderstorms. Well, we've already had that. Every single day. It's rained somewhere in our area here in the mountains. And then you're going to get even more, though. Torrential rains will come in, waves over time. Some flash flooding could show up. And then you're going to get dry hours in there, too. So it's not just locked in on the wet side. We'll look at our weather headlines. First alert weather days continue. Rounds of storms likely and those local flash flood issues. Those are our concerns. And look at this. As we go through the day today, you're going to get those showers and storms that start firing up again. Outside of any of those, we still have a chance to run up close to 85, 90 degrees. So certainly something we will be watching and monitoring for you over the next several days.
At least one person is dead after a crash on Highway 15. It happened in Jackson yesterday afternoon and shut down the highway between Jiffy Mart and Walmart. The road reopened, but police told WYMT that at least one person is dead and others were flown to a hospital. No names have been released, and we are still working to learn more information. On Sunday, Kentucky State Police in Hazard received a call that a man had gone missing from the Golden Years Rest Home in Knott County. 57-year-old Kelly Gudger was found safe yesterday, but there are still many questions about his disappearance. WYMT's McKinley Calandrino has been looking into that.
Kelly Gudger was reported missing from the Golden Years Rest Home on Sunday. 2 days later, he was found unintentionally by local firefighters as they were fighting a blaze on Webb Branch in Knott County.
And as the two fire departments was fighting the structure fire, Mr. Grudger come out of the woods and down to the fire department, just wanting something to drink.
Officials say Gudger was not injured and taken back to the nursing home, but questions still remain, like how he was able to walk away in the first place. Former employees say it could be due to the lack of staff.
Well, there's one person on the 3 floors and you're responsible for 30 people, and that's why people go missing so much, which they're supposed to come and sign out and, go through this whole process, but they just roam the halls. And, that's one thing about like the staff is like you have one person watching all of these people.
Former employees told us it was not hard for residents to disappear as they were allowed to leave and visit nearby stores.
The doors were never locked. People would leave the building 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, come back. Just
a former employee who requested to stay anonymous claims residents are neglected. The employee told WYMT, quote, "There was a resident who they did not ask to shower for weeks, if not months, whose feet were caked in dirt. You couldn't see her skin, and it looked like broken leather. Another resident hadn't had his nails cut for so long they were yellow and curled down to his fingers. I would never want or allow any of my family members to ever go there." End quote. An administrator for the rest home who also requested to stay anonymous told us, quote, "We are state inspected. We get all of our inspections. OIG is here as of today investigating the situation. Everything is checked out okay. We have followed protocol and what we needed to do." In Knott County, McKinley Calandrino, WYMT Mountain News.
To read the full statement of former employees, you can find this story on our website, WYMT.com. An East Bernstadt woman is behind bars after a traffic stop led to a DUI and drug arrest in Laurel County. Deputies say 52-year-old Kathy Hacker was weaving on US 25 and when asked why, claimed she was texting while driving. Officials say she showed signs of impairment and was found with suspected meth and a glass pipe. She's now facing multiple charges and was taken to the Laurel County Correctional Center. A London man is facing multiple charges after deputies say he crashed into a bridge, then passed out in a church parking lot. Laurel County deputies arrested 33-year-old Wayne Stutler Monday morning off Old US 25. They say he was found asleep in a running vehicle and was under the influence. Investigators also found suspected meth and drug paraphernalia. Stutler was taken to the Laurel County Correctional Center. A Laurel County man faces charges after deputies found his car stalled in the middle lane of I-75. Deputies say 30-year-old Robert Walter Barnes had slurred speech, glossy eyes, and smelled of alcohol when they arrived last Wednesday morning. He was arrested for driving under the influence and having an open container in his car. Well, it's now been 3 days since police say Guy House went on a shooting rampage across Lexington. Officials say he shot 5 people, killing 2 women. Police say House was shot and killed by police after they found him. Now, we know that days before the shooting happened, House's ex-girlfriend filed a protective order against him. She says this situation could possibly have been avoided.
When you communicate to someone that someone's made the threat of suicide by cop and to kill their children's mother, it shouldn't be dismissed. It should be taken serious. Everyone would have lived, maybe, or he could have got the help he needed, or if he was going to be incarcerated, he would have got different consequences. I don't feel like this many people had to die.
Despite the EPO being filed, it was never served. Inside the EPO, his girlfriend details for several months House had emotionally abused her, threatening to get her fired from her job and even threatening to hurt her and her family. Well, it's been more than 1 week since a deadly gas leak forced dozens of people out of a Lexington apartment complex. 62-year-old Samuel Gross died and nearly 1 dozen others were hurt. The city has been helping relocate tenants from the Oxford Circle apartments, but some say that support has fallen short. One woman claims she was denied assistance because of her pet and is now paying out of pocket to stay in a hotel.
They said that because I have a cat that I didn't qualify for help. And the $1,200 help for the relocation, I make too much money. I have out of my pocket paid $800 to stay here. And the funds are running very low.
Our sister station did reach out to the Lexington Fire Department, who helped relocate many tenants. They were not aware of anyone being turned away because of pets. They also reached out to apartment management, but have not yet heard back. Well, today marks 2 months since the May 16th EF4 tornado devastated folks in southern Kentucky. Lupe Ramirez runs North Star Maintenance, a commercial cleaning company in Laurel County. Their building off Old Whitley Road was one of the many devastated during the storm. Lupe's business and the supplies inside were destroyed. And while she feels blessed, she, the staff, and her loved ones are safe, the road to recovery has not always been easy.
I was doubting if I can do this because, okay, I'm a senior citizen and I didn't think I had it on me to start all over again. I'm 65. Do I want to do this again? The community here is embracing me and it's a good community. We will never move out of Laurel County. It's the best place to live. Kentucky's strong in here.
This North Star is a small business. It was not eligible for FEMA's Individual Assistance Program, meaning Lupe's options were limited to either getting help through the Small Business Administration or her insurance. Lupe says once the insurance company starts releasing the money, she plans to work on rebuilding. As of last night, more than 3,000 flash flood warnings have been issued this year by the National Weather Service. That's the highest that number has been through the same period since 1986, which is when those warnings started to be tallied. Roughly 170 warnings were issued on Sunday and Monday alone. Flash flood emergencies, which are weather events considered life-threatening, are also noticeably higher this year compared to 2024. Well, in response to devastating floods in Texas, the Christian Appalachian Project is sending more than 35,000 pounds of disaster relief supplies. The Eastern Kentucky-based nonprofit is partnering with Matthew 25 Ministries to deliver generators, water, hygiene kits, and more. It's valued at more than $1 million. The supplies will help families in the hardest hit areas, with CAP leaders saying their own experience with disaster in Kentucky made them feel called to help. Well, around 13 million Americans are estimated to be affected by seasonal affective disorder. It's a form of depression typically seen in fall and winter months, but the American Psychiatric Association says some people could get it in the summer. Doctors say the difference between normal stress and a heat-related stress response is how long it stays around.
Heat can impact serotonin, which is a neurotransmitter in the brain. And already people with mood disorders have a dysfunction in that neurotransmitter. So heat sort of exacerbates or makes mood worse in those folks who have that sort of genetic vulnerability for mood disorder.
Doctors say if you notice changes in sleep, where you're getting less and feeling more energetic, those are signs to see a doctor. It's important to stay hydrated in this intense heat, especially if you already are on mental health medications, which can cause you to overheat quickly. The American Heart Association made stops in 2 eastern Kentucky communities on Monday, bringing donations to promote heart health and life-saving skills. In Pikeville, the group partnered with Camp Unite to deliver hundreds of sports balls to middle schoolers, encouraging physical activity and healthy habits. Later that day in Prestonsburg, they donated infant CPR kits to Highlands ARH, thanks to support from Commonwealth Credit Union and FinFest.
The American Heart Association is trying to be where you are. So just we're a large organization, but we're really within the communities. So we're trying to work with the existing organizations that are doing amazing work while bringing in our research and education that we have nationwide.
Officials say these donations are part of a larger effort to connect national resources with rural communities.